So this is an updated video on how to release your iliacus muscle. So the iliacus is the most powerful of the hip flexors. Sits inside what I call the pelvic rim, and it goes down into the groin, and when it contracts it lifts the knee up into hip flexion. So when you're walking, running, climbing stairs, it's always being used. So I will say it's for the running clients I see, it's probably the most common injury or problem that I see with runners. And this is generally from coming back after a layoff and doing too much too soon, or when you introduce different aspects of training like sprints or hill reps, and maybe you've done too much and you haven't built up to it gradually. So again, and this can cause knee pain, hip pain, back pain, lots of different things. It's also one of the most difficult homework releases I give to a client, and difficult in the sense that they have trouble trying to find it, so hence this video. And this won't be very, very clear, but it'll give you a better idea of how to find it. So if we roll up here, again, it's not really that clear, but if you say put your hands on your hips, which is your pelvis, and relax your index finger over the pelvic bone. Now, so where your index finger is, that is where the iliacus is going to be on the inside. So then put your thumb or thumbs on that area of the pelvis, and then go push down, in and out, and you're pushing outwards that way. So say the iliacus sits inside the pelvis, and what you're trying to do is push the muscle against the pelvic rim to give it something to push against. So you can do this standing. It's going to be a bit more difficult, so I would slightly bend forward. Sitting down is going to be a bit more relaxed, and then the best position to be is lying down on your back with your knees bent, and that will relax the abdominal area. So usually when this is a problem, the client will say it feels like it's burning or stinging, or it's like a knife being prodded into it. That tells you there's a problem, because in someone without any issues, pressing in there, they might say, well, it feels a bit uncomfortable, but it's not pain. So if it's painful, it means it's under tension, it's overworking. So you can get your thumbs in there. Now you're going to need short nails for this, but I'll give you an alternative in a moment. And try and find the most sore position or spot, and either just hold the position to what you can tolerate, or if you can tolerate it, just move the thumbs around a little bit more to sort of self-massage it. Now you're going to do this for about 30 to 45 seconds, maybe a bit longer. And if you get in there, especially if you've had a treatment and we found it's a problem, and you go away and you think, oh, it doesn't feel sore anymore. For the first couple of days, it's going to be sore. You're going to find that spot. If it's not sore, you're in the wrong position. So just keep working around there, like we've gone through in the video, and think, yeah, oh, I can feel it now. Quite often people come back to the second session and they say, oh, I felt great, there's no problem at all. And I get on the couch and I go straight to it and they go, phew, that's painful. So they obviously were in the wrong spot. So like I said, if you have your nails are too long, you can either get a partner and guide them through doing it for you, or I've got these old T-bars I used to use many years ago. Find the spot and then put that in there. Now what you can use is a Sharpie or a marker pen, which is a little bit thicker than this. Find it and just make sure you hold it with your other hand to make sure it doesn't slip. And again, just use the pressure you can tolerate. So if I was doing this on myself or on a client, I'd have them lying down, have the knees bent, and that relaxes the stomach area a bit more. And again, you just find the bone of the pelvis, go in and then out that way. And like I said, try and keep your breathing nice and steady. Try not to have the client or yourself lifting your head, because that will activate the abdominals. And just work it for, like I said, between 30 and 60 seconds. and then you will most likely have been given a activation exercise. So normally it would either be the glutes, the psoas, the rec fem, or the quad muscles. And so that is how we release the iliacus.